Hey, I want to go over an awesome recipe that's great for inflammation and great for your teeth. And before that, I want to go over some highlights about what I'm going to cover today. One is I did use artificial intelligence to ask questions about it. I've been in practice for 30 years, but I don't know everything. Thank God for artificial intelligence. Use it as a caveat because sometimes they're wrong, sometimes they are biased. So you have to use your common sense, use your knowledge. Artificial intelligence has no soul, has no identity, has no spirit. You are valuable as a person because God made you and created you and knew you even before you were born. And he thinks about you a lot. And so use knowledge with your spirit and your soul because you have a brain and you can make decisions that an artificial intelligence person cannot make. Artificial intelligence has no soul, they have no morality. You do. And knowledge is not the end of everything. I thank God for that because the Bible says that, you do need knowledge. He says that my people perish because of a lack of knowledge. But I believe that goes hand in hand with probably the primary knowledge that we need is the knowledge of God. But you need wisdom along with that knowledge. You need understanding along with that knowledge. You need counsel from people that you can't get from artificial intelligence, that other people that have souls and spirits that can help you, because it can help you connect with the biggest only spirit, God, basically, that wants to connect with you because he loves you. And so take artificial intelligence with a grain of salt. Though I did use this for some of the things, and I want you to learn how to ask the right questions so that you can get good answers. Because if you don't ask the right question, you won't get a good answer. I had a story the other day of a person that's a missionary, and she was getting actually stoned because of her ways that she approached a tribal African tribe. They got stoned several times, and she finally asked, why do I have to get stoned, God? And and God said to her, probably not. And she was, what? I I've been getting stoned all this time. I don't have to get stoned. And she goes, why didn't you tell me sooner? And he goes, because you didn't ask. Bible says if you ask, you will get an answer when you're abiding in his love. When you abide in his love, you have a relationship. When you have a relationship, he comes and dwells in you and he talks with you. I know may sound weird to some of you because maybe you don't have a strong relationship with God, but I encourage you, if you have um for me, it was my need that drew me to him and his love. And now I do not ever regret having a relationship with him because it's my stability. He's my strength. He's my cover and my protection. And he's my wisdom. You have that access to him when you have a love relationship with him. So, all that to say that I'm going to also talk about natural versus artificial remedies. God gave you natural things to heal your body. There's nothing wrong with artificial things, but there's risk always in artificial things that you have to be aware of. That's where informed consent comes in. We know now that some vaccines can cause heart damage, so you need to know that before you put it in your body. So be aware, have wisdom, do your research, do your due diligence. When you use natural remedies, I love it because that's what I do. I'm a natural medicine doctor. It produces results. It's cost effective and it's fun. So bentonite clay, okay, is a great recipe. And I want to research out what can I use for my teeth and what can I use for my joints and skin. So I searched it out. What ingredients will help? Now I already know some ingredients that help. So I asked this question: make a bentonite toothpaste recipe that's good for anti-inflammation and use throughout the body. That includes ginger. I like ginger as an anti-inflammatory. You could use curcumin. May make the toothpaste not taste too good, so that's why I did not include that. You can use a ton of anti-inflammatories, and when you use like I said, ginger, all the things that are really strong smelling, garlic, all those are anti-inflammatories. They kill things. They help soothe things sometimes, and so be knowledgeable about those things, and know what you can put in them. And that's what I did the research for. So I did this toothpaste recipe, and I made it and I used it for the first time today. And like I said, it's very cost effective, And if you buy, if you buy the toothpaste, that I use called Earth Paste, it's about $2 an ounce. But when you make it on your own, you're spending probably 70 cents an ounce. So it's a huge save. It's a huge economic savings for you. So I quadrupled this recipe because I want to make a big batch. Okay, so bentonite clay. It's a gentle cleanser and detoxifies. Coconut oil, great for, again, antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, and everything that's in here is antibacterial, anti-inflammatory, anti-junk for your mouth. And your mouth is so uh, it can get accumulated and it can cause decay when you have too much bacteria. But even the most important thing is that bacteria goes through goes through your mucosa, can enter into your heart and cause heart damage. So that's why they give you a antibiotic when you're going to the dentist oftentimes, so that doesn't get transferred into your heart. But here's the thing: if you're healthy, you have a good immune system, then you shouldn't have to worry about taking an antibiotic. By doing these things that I tell you about, you have to obviously have common sense and listen to the dentist, listen to the doctor, but you need to be your own doctor, okay? And I've reversed my age by over 10 years, and on the website it says 7, and I've calculated it wrong because I did certain things over the since I was 49 years old, I'm 61 now, that helped reverse my aging. And so you have to have, I believe strongly in the power of natural remedies. However, if I get a broken bone, if I have something that needs a surgery, I'm going to go in, if I have an accident, right, to what medicine is good for. Emergency medicine, which is one of the best in the whole world, is emergency medicine in the United States. But when it comes to chronic pain, do the natural remedies because, you can take a drug, you can take a steroid, you can take a non-steroidal anti-inflammatory, but that damages your liver, that damages your immune system. So once in a while it's fine, but why not live a life every single day that prevents things from happening so that you don't have to have those drugs in the future? So in this particular situation, I put the right amounts, just quadrupled it. I only put 10 drops of peppermint oil. I didn't want it to be too strong for my skin because it can get really super cold. So I just put 10 drops. And then I did not put any tea tree oil because I didn't have any. And I did not use aloe vera juice. So just follow the ingredients that are right here. You mix it. Then I added the oils at the end. And I use an immersion blender. Now, bentonite reacts with metal. So it has to be a really stable metal. So it's preferable with wood or plastic, but I use a stainless steel blade and that reacts very little. And I didn't do it that much. It's just enough to where I get it to a proper consistency. But if you want to be safe, use wood or plastic to mix it up. It just takes longer. And then you use it for the toothpaste. It's awesome. It's awesome. I use it for the skin, and it says here 5 to 10 minutes, but you don't want to put it too long because it may have lead in it. And so that's why you have to make sure that you don't use a product that's a poor quality. I had one lady that got curcumin. She was Indian at an Indian store. And I can't remember what the exact results was, but I researched out curcumin, and one case of curcumin, or turmeric in this case, turmeric makes curcumin, or curcumin is part of turmeric rather. I read this one study, article where this lady got turmeric and it was floated with lead. That's why you have to test all these ingredients because they are attracted to toxins. And so they have to make sure that they're sourced correctly so you don't put those toxins back in by treating yourself. So you want to do a patch test. Just make sure you don't get any reaction on your face or gums. And you can adjust the amount of ginger and cinnamon based on your preference or flavor. Everything is here. It's adjustable. So I like the way I did mine based on this recipe that I just showed you. And you may want to omit essential oils or baking soda if you have sensitive skin or gums. So are there essential oils that are not safe? Make sure you don't use those, right? Because certain ones will not be good. So just read through that. And then the other essential oils that you could use besides peppermint oil is spearmint It's a milder flavor. Like I said, tea tree oil, but you can use it sparingly because it's pretty potent. Clove oil is great for dental pain and infections. I did not use that in mine. Myrrh. Interesting thing about myrrh, it helps treat mouth ulcers and gum diseases. So if you have that, use myrrh. Here's a scripture verse, Matthew 2, verse 11. On coming to the house, they saw the child, Jesus, with his mother Mary, and they bowed down and worshipped him. Then they opened their treasures, and they gave him gold, frankincense, and myrrh. Amazing gifts to give to the King of the universe because of their power in healing. And you could use thyme, you could use cinnamon, which I did in terms of, I used the actual cinnamon powder. And then you mix it up. And so let me show you. I'm going to go to, I asked this question as well. How long does toothpaste recipe last without molding? Because you got to make sure that it's not going to mold, because I made a big batch. It's going to last for a while. And so watch out. If it's molded, take it out. But my risk of molding goes a lot less, because why? You have a lot of antibacterial, fungal things in the toothpaste, including coconut. The interesting about coconut is it's grown in tropical areas, and what's in tropical areas? Mold, wet. And so coconut was made there, put there by God. Not only does it taste good, I love it because I'm from a tropical area in Indonesia. I love coconut. I love it in flavors like Thai meals. I love Thai. I love coconut. But it also has this great antifungal capacity, and it's great for your body. You can do oil pulls with coconut in your mouth. You can research that online. And I cook with coconut oil. I make popcorn with coconut oil. Multiple uses, and it's antifungal. So just watch out though. Make sure that it does. That if you keep it on, make sure it's covered good. I put it in a mason jar with a lid. So just read through this, and then here's the research that I did. How much lead is in bentonite from Redmond clay? That's the Redmond clay that I use. 0.38 parts per million, and according to the FDA, some found bentonite clay contained up to 37.5 micrograms of lead per gram. And so it's a lot more that you have to research out your source. You just don't want to buy a cheap source, okay? I'm Dr. Paul. I will see you on the next video.